Stardom, Sid'em, DST, getting your lineups right for week 5. Let's get right into the heat. Oh, we running it back with the Denver Broncos in starting lineups against this Raiders offense. And man, the Broncos made Aaron Rodgers last week very uncomfortable in that pocket, getting the job done in the trenches, getting 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. That's the most he's been sacked in the last 4 years, people. So the Denver Broncos are getting the job done. They're allowing the fewest yards per play also. So they're not allowing teams to really go downfield and go down and drive to get in striking distance. So they're keeping guys out of the end zone. And they're also ranked second in sacks right now. So getting both of these jobs done against a struggling Raiders offense who may be without Devontae Adams this week as well. I'm going to be banking on the Denver Broncos going up there, showing up and showing out and getting the job done in the trenches once again. Hey, why not another bounce back week for a team? And I'm thinking about the Green Bay Packers bouncing back against the Rams this week. And listen, the Green Bay Packers had a tough matchup against that Vikings offense. They are no joke. Now, the Rams offense, we all know I'm a Rams fan, but I got to be real. They are struggling, man, averaging less than 20 points per game right now. The Packers were beat up on defense last week, so hopefully they get some of their main starters back this week and go after this Rams O-line, being able to make Matthew Stafford make the mistakes, getting him uncomfortable in the pocket. Even though I know Matthew Stafford's elite, but there's only so much he could do without Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. So therefore, we saw last week this team struggle against the Bears. I expect the same thing going on with the Packers this week to maintain the points with some opportunities to get some sacks and put up some points this week. Next up, I got the Saints DST in starting lineups against the Chiefs, and a lot of people are probably scared of Patrick Mahomes, but at the end of the day, in 2024, he is just a name. This Chiefs team is barely winning these games. They're barely putting up points. It's not like this is a Chiefs team of the old. They are beat up right now. You just lost Rashid Rice, and honestly, I don't think Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce are going to be the only two to get this job done against this Saints defense, because, man, the Saints are allowing the 4th fewest red zone drive, so they're not allowing folks to get into the end zone. They're not even allowing folks to get into striking distance. So this is a great team right now where they can get after Patrick Mahomes, make him uncomfortable, make the mistakes, throwing the guys that he's not used to throwing to, because honestly, Travis Kelce should be the game plan to take out of the game. Xavier Worthy, let him do his thing, running the routes, running the deep routes. If it happens, it happens, but the Saints are not allowing people to get in the end zone. They are under the league average of red zone percentage to opposing offenses, so I'm banking on them to maintain the points and have some opportunity for some takeaways, because this secondary is great over there in New Orleans. Now to get into my DST sits for week 5. First up, I got the Browns going up against the Washington Commanders. Now, I expected this Browns defense as a whole to be a little bit better, but Myles Garrett has been beat up. But man, you can get the job done on the ground against him, averaging over 120 yards per game on the ground, people. And this is a team, the Commanders, you do not want to play with. They have Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler may be back in the lineup, but most importantly, you have Jaden Daniels that's getting it done on the ground and through the air. I'm not going to be trying to test the water with the Browns defense in starting lineups, because I'm not looking for 3 to 4 points here for DST, where there's better options out there where there's a higher ceiling. Now, I'm not saying that the Browns are going to get blown out, but man, this is a team that you don't want to have in starting lineups with a guy like Jaden Daniels on the other side of that ball that can get it done on the ground and through the air, because man, he is hot right now. Pause. So therefore, I'm going to be pivoting to other DST options this week. Now, next up, this defense I have across in many leagues, so it might be hard for you to sit. But, man, I am sitting the Jets, going over there to London, going against this Vikings offense, and I don't want to test Sam Darnold and this Vikings offense chin with a DST like the Jets, where you're looking at in the stat line like, hey, they've been amazing in stopping the pass, but, man, they face Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, they face Will Levis, and Brock Purdy week 1. These aren't really threatening quarterbacks in the offenses that haven't been going out there completely lighting it up. Now you got this Vikings offense who is hot right now. Sam Darnold has 11 touchdowns and only 1 interception in the last 2 games. This isn't a game where I want to test, Sam Darnold's chin across the pond. So I'll be looking to pivot to other DST options that have higher ceilings, because, man, this Jets defense is going to be tested for sure. I just feel as though I'm going to pivot to safer options where I can maintain the points, or if there's a higher ceiling out there on the waiver wire available. So this wraps up another great episode of RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. And hey, tell me what to write here, man, because every week I don't know what to write. But most importantly, make sure you guys leave a comment below on your start and sit questions, and I'll try to answer them all the way up until game time. And you know what it is, man. You see the face, you know the case is Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ. You can follow me on all social media platforms. Until next time.